Hello, everyone. I'm Victoria, and today we're talking about jealousy. You saw the thumbnail or the title. This is the topic of today, and I really feel like it's something very important that we need to address because it's within us all. Every single one of us has experienced jealousy at least once and has had someone be jealous of them at least once. It's impossible to not experience that at this time. And I really feel like it's important for us to learn how to deal with these emotions. So to learn why exactly they're coming and how we can deal with them. So that's why there's two piles here. One of them is about why these feelings come, and the other one is how to deal with it. I've already taken out the cards here, so we can just quickly spread them out whenever I'm ready to start officially. But yes, I hope that you guys will enjoy this and find it helpful. And if you feel like you're not a very jealous person, it doesn't matter. You might be able to help your friend, your family, or yourself in the future. You never know when you might experience some kind of envy or jealousy. Now, while I'm taking out the cards here and showing them to everyone, I guess, I wanted to mention that right before I started, I guess, meditating and connecting to Source so we can get the information, I went through a notebook that I had when I was in high school a long time ago. And I saw that I had written something like an essay about uh, who you admire, admiration. And in that, I started it with envy and admiration are often mistaken for one another. And I thought that was crazy. Like right before I was planning on doing this jealousy video, I'm looking at what I wrote, which is exactly about this. So sometimes we might mistake admiration for envy and envy for admiration. We might think that we actually, want what's best for the person, but secretly we really want to have this thing as well, don't we? It does happen, we can't help it sometimes. And the point that I was making there was that I guess admiration is when you want what's best for the person and you don't want what they have. You want them to have it, have an abundance of it, and enjoy it. While envy, I guess, is wanting to have that. I don't know if I was right there, my young self, but it was interesting nevertheless to see that I wrote that, and to see that I uncovered this right when I was going to film this. So very big sign from the universe that this is supposed to come through. So I hope that you guys will find this helpful, even if you feel like you're not a very jealous or envious person. So here we have the Queen, Vengeance, Naughty Naughty, and Message of Guidance. So let's start with the Queen and the Vengeance here. So with the Queen, there's so much to talk about with this card. Starting from the fact that Queen, I think the word literally means wife of the king or something like that. I might be butchering it a bit, but that's the gist of it. And it literally doesn't mean the type of ruler, it's the consort to the king. So even the word itself doesn't give you power fully. It means that you're the consort of the one who's in power. And even though there were queens at certain times where they were the sole ruler, were they really? Were they? And they were probably some of the most envious and jealous people out there. being a queen, it's not easy. First of all, to get there, you need to work hard. Even if you were born into it, you need to work hard. They force you to stand at a certain bar to get to a certain place to be the queen. And to be respected, you need to work hard again. So all of us, every single human, most of us at least, we're trying our best. We're trying our hardest to earn respect and admiration of people. We're trying to earn a spot. And we're trying to earn a spot of power for ourselves, but it's never enough. That's the queen. It's never enough. You try so hard. You might be the smartest person in the room, but it's the king that has the power. It's the king that's really respected. And that is why envy and jealousy comes, because even though you work so hard, you don't get the thing that you wanted the most. And someone else out there is getting it. To you, it might seem much easier. Just because of their gender, just because they were born in a certain family, while you had to work so hard. Lots of sacrifices need to be made to get to the place of the queen. And all of those sacrifices lead to regrets, regretting that you sacrificed those things and then not even receiving what you really wanted. So, again, that thirst for power from the queen, that thirst for and wanting of the thing is the downfall, is what turns her into one of the most envious people, the most scared people, and the most vengeful person as well. We have vengeance here. The choice. At a certain point, it feels like you lost. You can never get to the top. So you just end up losing things. Regrets come. But you also want vengeance. You want revenge. How dare these people not allow me to get to that place that I want to be in, that place that's rightfully mine, that I deserve. How dare they? So you want revenge. And you take revenge sometimes. Sometimes you don't. It's the choice. But whatever happens, there's always jealousy. You're always jealous. There's the jealousy of the people who are free to have free time overall, free to love whoever they want, free to do whatever they want, dress however they want. There's the jealousy towards the men in power. Jealousy, envy. It spreads and it consumes you because, again, you're not getting that thing that you so were focusing on and wanted and worked so hard to get. The biggest issue is expectations. Expectations that if you want this, you need to do this, and then you will receive it. But if you do end up doing it, you might not always receive it. And sometimes you might even fail in doing it. Then it's even worse. Then we're getting jealous of all the people who can do it and all the people who did receive it. Because of this wanting. Because of the wanting. And because of the regrets. Regretting all of the sacrifices you made. Regretting secretly, deep down, all of the things you had to let go of. And feeling like there's a feeling here like the Eight of Swords card, which is very much a victim mentality, which I made a video recently about victim mentality. Maybe I'll try to link it. That could be a good watch too. The victim mentality, making you feel like everything is against you. So everyone has it easier. You're the only one who's suffering this much or having such a hard time. How dare these other people have these things that you worked so hard and the universe just didn't allow you to get. And it's interesting that we're getting this message of guidance. I feel like there's the reason why this happens, jealousy occurs and all of this happens, this chain reaction, I guess, is a lack of guidance, a lack of connection, and a lack of seeking guidance. You are so trying so hard to receive something that might not even be for you. You are trying so hard to get to a place that might not even be for you. Or you're trying to use a method that's not best for you. So lack of guidance. If you just allowed yourself to be guided, if all of us tuned into our higher selves more, to our spirit guides, to get guided, there wouldn't be all of this animosity, all of this jealousy and hatred and envy, because we would know what way to go, and they would more or less tell us what is for us and what isn't for us. We also have Naughty here, and this is an interesting card to come through for this exact part, because Naughty talks about allowing yourself to be naughty sometimes. You know, not always be a prim and proper queen. Sometimes you gotta tap into your naughty side, but when you're having these negative feelings, when you're in this negative chain, you, by letting your, I guess, inner child play, by letting your primal energy play around outside or let it out, you release a very big negativity. And again, that's when people act out of jealousy and people act out of envy and speak out of it, and then they make fun of people, they judge people. And it's like there's so much energy at the bottom, so much energy in the root somewhere stuck in the bottom chakras. It wants to break free, but it's doing it in a very negative way. It's releasing it in a very negative way by releasing, even doing things out of revenge, doing things out of envy, and continuing on this path that clearly isn't for you. So it's just a chain reaction of negativity. And if we tried to, we could easily get out of it, but people prefer to stay in it because it's easier and more convenient. Otherwise, you have to realize that, you have to make a change. And you have to actually make that change. That's hard. Life might become easier later, but it's hard to make the change. And it's hard to admit that some things just aren't for you, like being the one on top, being the fully respected one. The queen will never be that, at least at that time of society, because men will never fully accept her. The men will never fully accept her, and they will always try to rule over her. They will always try to overthrow her. They will always try to whisper in her ear. They'll never fully take her seriously. So instead of throwing things, breaking things, acting out of jealousy and vengeance. Maybe the trick is to be more playful with it. But we'll see. We'll see what comes through in these cards. Let's take them out now. Let's see how can we deal with this? How can we deal with these feelings? Because again, everyone has these feelings. Every single person out there. Kids. I've seen kids that are so jealous. More jealous than adults. More jealous than like negative adults. If kids have this in them already at such a young age, then everyone has a little bit of this. So we would all benefit from hearing how to deal with it. We have abundance and repression here. So abundance, not surprising at all that this card is coming through. Living in an actual abundance cycle, understanding even the meaning of abundance. Abundance means like abundance is talking about the cycles of life, the cycles of give and take, the fact that it's not just having things, it's having and giving at the same time. Like you can see it in nature constantly. There's a give and a take. With us too, give and take. Everything is a give and take. You give your energy and you receive something for it. Maybe not always what you wanted, but it's that understanding that if you want something, it's not about wanting, and like, oh, I want it. It's about, okay, let's release. Let's allow whatever is best for me to come through. Let's not, hold tightly onto certain ideas, onto certain wants, onto certain even needs sometimes. It's about relaxing into it and knowing that as long as you give your best, you'll receive what's best for you too. It's kind of simple, but the thing that they're telling me to say now is that people often take as, well, I did a good deed and I gave someone something and then they didn't give me anything, or I didn't get anything, or someone actually did something bad to me after that. That's just laws and like karma and energy being exchanged. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't keep doing good deeds. It means that there's a lot more to exchange there. Or maybe you didn't actually give the best you could. Like if you tried to help someone, maybe you didn't actually help them, or maybe they didn't even want help. Yeah, it's a tricky one. But staying in an abundance mindset is the key here. Because once you know that everything that you need comes to you automatically, and once you believe that as well, and then you have no expectations, no really want, then there's nothing to be jealous of, because you know that everyone is receiving whatever they need to receive. If someone else receives something that you were working towards before you receive it, it just means they were supposed to receive it before you. It doesn't mean that you're bad at something, or that you're unlucky or unfortunate, or that they're too lucky. It just means that that's how it was supposed to be. And with repression here, releasing this repressed energy. I was talking about that very, very strong, like primal, and also the inner, the child energy, the primal, the animalistic energy that's stuck in the lower chakras, releasing that in a healthy way. Doing sports or running or dancing, singing, yelling, punching a pillow or bed or a couch or something, releasing it in some kind of healthy way, not releasing it in a hateful way. and with jealousy, and definitely not repressing it, because then we're getting even more bad thoughts. Of course, if you wanted something since you were a kid and you could never even say it, and people maybe told you you're not good at that, so you can't do it, and you never tried because of all of that. Of course, if you keep repressing it, you're gonna be jealous of people who have that exact thing. And you'll have so much envy because you yourself never tried to actually go for it. And even if you did, maybe it wouldn't work out for real. Maybe that means it's just not for you, but sometimes it's us not making the step and being jealous just because someone else did something that we were either too shy to or too scared to. So all of those repressed emotions, all of those repressed thoughts, release them so that you can be in a healthier and more positive mindset, because all of that is weighing you down. It's weighing you down. It's like literally like weight. Imagine carrying like a few sacks of potatoes. It's heavy stuff. It's keeping you lower. It's keeping you in a negative cycle, negative mindset. We need to release it so we can fly higher. Speaking of fly higher, Jokes on You has wings. This fairy has wings. And interesting that we have Naughty Naughty and Jokes on You. And I was saying, maybe it's about being more playful with your situation. If the queen knows people won't ever fully take her seriously because she is a woman, and no matter how hard she works, blah blah, she's never gonna be the king. Then why not play around with it? Be the queen. You still have power as the queen. You can still be respected more than like just a random soldier, for example, or peasant. You're still more respected. Play around with it. Play around with your role exactly. Like the queen, she can play around with her femininity, with her attributes, with what her talents are, and not get angry at people for not respecting her, but play with it and be like, yeah, whatever. You don't respect me fully, whatever. I don't respect you fully then. Or something, I don't know. I'm not a queen, obviously. There's not many out there. But yeah, just playing more, playing and not taking life so seriously. Because at the end of the day, life is like a game. And you should not take a game seriously, or you'll just get angry when you lose, or when something doesn't work out the way you wanted it to. Just like life. So don't take stuff so seriously. This card also has a meaning of becoming more organized. Organizing your space, organizing your thoughts, organizing your beliefs, organizing your energy even. Organizing because if things are kind of all over the place and we're not really sure what's happening, we can't sort anything out. The crazy room with all kinds of shit around, it's hard to clean up. While an organized room is so much easier to clean up. So the same with your mind. If your mind is organized, it's much easier to go, okay, let's go to this, deal with that, we're done. But when it's all over the place and you're restricting some parts and not allowing yourself to even acknowledge some parts, they're all over the place. And it's going to be much harder to deal with everything and to know what to do, how to deal with it. So start organizing slowly but surely in the physical and in the mental and in the emotional, energetical, blah, blah. Another thing is noticing what you're jealous of, what you envy, who do you feel a little bit of jealousy for. And not just now. Think about when you were younger. What were you jealous of? Who were you jealous of? And do you still feel like those things that you felt like you were missing back then, you're missing them still? Because now, even if we don't actually feel the jealousy, those feelings from the past are still there, because most of the time we don't deal with them. We just put them away. So that needs to be discovered and dealt with. And to deal with it, you need to understand it. You need to understand what it's trying to tell you. Another way can be if someone is actually jealous of you. If someone is jealous of you, they're trying to tell you something. We're all mirrors to each other. What are they trying to tell you by them being jealous of you? If they're jealous that you have something like physical that they don't, what does that mean? Were you ever jealous of people that way? Or do you have some kind of negative belief there? Sometimes it can be just, I don't want to say coincidence, but it can just be unfortunate if someone's jealous of you. It's not every single time a sign, but most of the time, we're all mirrors to each other, so most of the time it's a sign. Let's see the last cards here. The tarot cards. This went on for way longer than I thought it would. We have the Magician, the 10 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the 2 of Cups. Beautiful cards here, actually. So with the Magician, we need to start transforming. We need to start transforming, alchemizing, magicifying all of these issues, all of this weight. Like I was saying, it's weighing us down. It's like carrying all of these sticks, all of those energies and those thoughts and issues from the past. We're all carrying them and they're weighing us down. We need to start transforming them. It's not even about exactly letting it go. It's about transforming it. Transform it into something positive. And just like the 5 of Pentacles, don't feel like all hope is lost. Know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a light here. There is somewhere there they can go and be saved, and be safe and be fed. They don't have to stay outside, but they choose to. So stop choosing to stay outside. Stop choosing to be jealous. Stop choosing to be heavy. Stop choosing to be in a negative mindset, to be in a negative cycle, to be heavier. Choose to be lighter. Transform the heaviness into light. Transform the negativity into positivity. Transform it all. Take control of your life with the Emperor here. Take control of your being, because allowing the negativity to run through you, you're just succumbing to it, succumbing to the negativity and just going down this rabbit hole. And you don't need to. You can be the emperor of your life. Even if you're the queen, again, you can still be respected more than most people around you. And none of us are most likely kings or queens or princesses or any kind of royal family member. But that doesn't mean that people can't respect us. We can always get respect, and we can always get the love as well, since we have the 2 of Cups. Respect and love. We can always get all of that. We can always find that thing that we're missing, because ultimately this energy does also come from missing something. You're missing something. You don't know exactly what you're missing. You're thinking that you're missing that thing that you've been supposedly working so hard to get, and someone else got it much easier than you. But are you actually missing that, or are you missing something else? When you look deep down into your heart, you might find that you're missing something much deeper, and something that you can give yourself. Something that you can most likely get easily if you release these feelings of wanting that other thing that's not really for you. And even if it is someday for you, sometimes, some people might want a partner and be jealous of people with partners. And seeing people with partners is so hard. I know it's hard. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to get a partner ever. Just means right now you're not supposed to be with a partner. And you'll get it eventually. But will you get the partner before or after you become the emperor of your life? That's the question for you guys, I guess, for your higher selves. A lot of times we don't get these things that we might want or need because we just haven't cleared away all of the shit that we're carrying. And our beliefs and our mindsets are not at the same level and vibration of them. So when you're at the same vibration as the thing that you want, you will receive it easily. But when you're not, when you're much lower and heavier, and that thing is up here, how did that other person get it? Yeah, it doesn't mean that they're higher vibration always. Sometimes it's just, again, it was their time to receive that. That's what they needed at the time. So find that thing that you really, really want. Go deep down. Look at yourself and look at the mirrors around you. All of the people around you. Again, are they jealous of you, or are they jealous of anyone or anything else? Were you ever jealous of them? And sometimes what you might find is if you're jealous of someone, they might be jealous of you. Maybe not for the same reason, but for a different reason. That happens quite often as well. So again, the mirrors. Look into your mirror, which is every single person in the world. So you have lots to look at. Yeah, this was so interesting. I hope you guys found it interesting as well. And I hope that it was helpful in some kind of way. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments. And let me know what you thought overall. If you're interested in a personal reading, details of how you can contact me are down below in the description. Anyway, like and subscribe if you haven't. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye.